Dundee in the kitchen. Welcome to Dundee in the kitchen. That's an oil. There. Anyway. I'll be having a meal. Oh. Here's my tea. Oh. Actually. Oh. Sorry, I don't know. I hope the life will help me to cheer up a little. I'm not the best at the moment. Hi there. Welcome. We're gonna make some peas with tofu and tomatoes. Those sauce. And we're just gonna have some raw veggies with that. All right. And no one here. Nice. The shoulders are getting some substance. That's nice. Oh, my love, my love. All right. Let's get some onions going. All right. Oops. Okay, that's gonna get washed. And the pan should be almost. Yeah, pan is gonna be ready to go in 1 sec. Hey. Oh wow. Our olive oil is done, but we have another. Don't worry. So again. Hey there. Hey pal. No, I'm not. But I do hunt crocodiles. That's why people started to call me Dundee. I was the blonde, white guy, always wearing a hat and hunting crocodiles from a canoe. Somewhere in the jungle, can't tell you where. So that is why people started calling me Dundee. And Indiana Jones and a few other things. But yeah. That's awfully cool. Thanks. By the way, they weren't waves of crocodiles. They didn't belong there, so. Not an endangered species or anything. The species isn't endangered, and where they were, they shouldn't even be there. They escaped from an illegal leather farm some 30 years ago and have been extending their territory and causing problems ever since. So that is why, yes, that's why I hunted them. Anyway, we're gonna chop up a tofu. With some garlic. I'm from India. Do you mind telling where you're from? Also about your job too. Job down. I don't have a job actually. Well, I am a personal trainer. I'm from Germany. I was just visiting some friends and family somewhere in the tropics, let's say. And I found out they had a bit of a crocodile problem, so I decided, well, I was planning to meet my family and go fishing, but let's just catch some of those crocodiles instead. That's literally how it happened. I'm not even kidding. And in 6 weeks, I ate 1.5 crocodiles all by myself. Like the meat of the first one, I finished almost entirely by myself, and the second one, I ate about half before I had to leave. And that was this year, by the way, the beginning of 2025. That's how I started my year off, hunting crocodiles in the jungle. Some fish sauce. Big eater, I see. Well, they weren't that big, like this big, like a little bit bigger than myself, but not that huge. And I tried saving money on food, so I was eating a lot of them. Because, you know, the crocodile meat was free and I could catch more. I did catch 4 and I only butchered 2 of the out of the 4, so. I do have pictures and videos, but I decided not to publish them just because, you know, people could get the wrong idea, and I don't think it's worth the bad press I could get. Even though I was doing something good and environmentally friendly, hunting and butchering crocodiles still doesn't make you look good in most people's eyes. So I decided to keep those videos private. And I don't send them to people either. So no one can share them without my permission. I only show people them in person. Like if you were to come and meet up with me, I could show you some pictures and videos, no problem. But I decided that I will be the only one who has the recordings. Just yeah. Just because I don't want to get canceled at some point in the future for it. Also, good on you for being a little less specific on the internet, so you don't dox your self-respect. Keep it that way. Have you butchered other animals? Also, not publish the pictures was wise. Yeah, I have some deer, like roe deer and red deer. Of course, countless fish and some birds and stuff. And I'll get myself a wild boar soon. A nice late fall wild boar to fill up the freezer. Actually, more for my mom than for myself, because I actually don't eat that much meat anymore. Unless I'm like stuck somewhere and all I have is meat, but I don't eat that much meat. But my mom, she's allergic to a lot of stuff. Actually, 2 of the deer that I butchered were roadkill. I'm a big fan of eating roadkill where it's legal, because you know no animal has to die for it. It's just gonna rot away if you don't eat it. So the least harmful way to eat meat by far is eating roadkill. And if you get it while it's still warm, it's really good meat. Nothing wrong with it. Have you butchered? Nah, man, I don't have a problem with people eating or butchering animals as long as they make it quick and not wasteful, but I don't have the stomach to do it. Let's see, lifelong vegetarian here. Oops, might want to check your internet. You lagged a little. Okay, yeah, I know my internet isn't the best, but I can't really do much about it. I'm not against eating meat either, but I don't like the mass-produced meat. Like, I completely stay away from that. So if I don't have access, except for like cuts that are wasted normally, like for example, I eat beef heart because they get either thrown out or used for like animal food. So no animal has to die for me to eat beef hearts. It's just a byproduct of getting steaks and stuff like that. So I feel all right eating those, but yeah. Right now that I'm on a bullet more vegetarian and vegan stuff. I mean, I did put some fish sauce on the tofu here. This is not vegan or vegetarian because I use a little bit of fish sauce to season it. But yeah. All of protein is coming from plant sources today. And you get about 300 grams of those peas. Maybe a little more. And we have 100 grams of tofu. Yeah, probably gonna do like 350 grams. You definitely have enough protein. Yeah, that is already like 340 grams, perfect. That's very thoughtful. By the way, which country or memorable place in general? A lot. I mean, I think I've traveled 24 countries by now. 23 or 24 countries. So, Hoy on Orkney, which is in northern Scotland, but it actually only became, it was for I think like for over 500 years it actually belonged to Norway and was only given back to Scotland for some kind of treaty back in the 1600s, I believe. So it's not the most Scottish part of Scotland. It is a bit of its own thing, but yeah. I mean, I do love Norway. Also the Marseille, especially the Catalantes de Marseille. Really beautiful place. Also some rivers in France. I have a lot of memories, but not all of them good in Croatia. Of course, in South America. Some childhood memories from Turkey. Egypt was also nice. But the thing is, all of Scandinavia pretty much, but I've traveled so much, it's hard to pinpoint things, you know? I screwed up cooking these peas. I don't like the texture. I can't fix it anymore. I just have to use more sauce. So. Right, some seasoning. More fish sauce. But yeah. You seem to be a scholar of Deshat in Hindi or even a Sanskrit word used to describe using the means of traveling in order to learn acquire education. I don't know if that's true. Like, I don't do it on purpose, at least, but I don't like being stuck in one place. That is true. And I'll happily live in a car as long as I'm able to travel around. So yeah. And getting to see the world. I mean, I always traveled with my parents, especially with me and my father and my sister. Always used to go on road. I mean, I traveled with my mom, but yeah, not as much, and usually not as far though. I did go to Turkey a couple times with my mom, because my older brother, who's from my mom's first marriage, father is from Istanbul. He did live in Germany for a few years, but he moved back home. So my brother's father was in Turkey, Istanbul. So for us flying to Turkey and spending some time with my brother's family and stuff was a thing we did a couple of times. A few times also my brother went on his own, especially as he got older, but yeah. By the way, why did you start this channel? Honestly, it's a marketing thing. Because I don't really fit into the normal work life thing. I am actually autistic too, and I have been determined to be like that I'm not able to work basically officially, which is true, like mentally. But working as a personal trainer and stuff, that is something that I can imagine that I've done. So I do, I have worked as a personal trainer, but the problem is it's hard to get clients. So this channel is basically just to get people's attention a little bit and also bring like my style and knowledge and stuff across, and the people who think they would want to be coached by me will be more likely to find me. And yeah, a similar thing actually with my fishing channel. I also have a couple of fishing channels, though because I don't have a car at the moment, it's hard to get content for my fishing channel. But what was I gonna say? Right, like my dream job would actually just to be fishing and maybe working out and developing fishing tackle and stuff like that, and helping to develop fishing tackle. But for all those big firms to work with you, people need to know you. You have to make a name for yourself. And nowadays, social media, YouTube, creating content is the most effective way to do that. So that's what I'm trying to do. And yeah. I was going to say something else about that, but I can't think of it now. Yeah, I have also currently because my boss has 5 years. It's going on to 5 years in I think. Oh, wait a minute. Nah. Yeah. It is going on to 5 years that I stopped working for him, and he's still I think he had like 3 people work for him since, and the longest someone else was able to do that job with him was 3 months. The longest another person held out were 3 months. The others were gone after a few weeks, maybe a month. I think one was gone after 6 weeks, one after a couple of weeks, and one after 3 months. I at least held it out for almost 2 years. So I guess I wasn't that bad. Just, I don't know. But yeah. Creating fishing content or working with fishing. Oh, right, but what I was going to say is, another thing I'm doing is learning languages. Like, at the moment I speak German and English fluently, and I'm pretty decent at Portuguese, know a little Spanish. I've also been starting to learn Korean and Japanese. Japanese for work, actually, because a lot of the fishing companies, especially the big ones, but also some of the medium to small ones, are Japanese. And there's quite a lot of world-renowned fishing tackle producers who only have like 1 or 2 people that speak broken English. They don't have anyone directly working with production who speaks good English. So if I, as someone who's fluent in English, get also really good at Japanese, I could maybe be a really valuable asset to a lot of those companies. So that's another thing. Also, the fitness space especially is full of wannabes, so please stick to what you do best and don't get caught up in being just another snake or else when you have a certain charm to yourself. Don't do that. Thanks, not planning to. I mean, doesn't work. It doesn't work in the long run anyway. I've tried to be someone I'm not or something I'm not, and it hasn't worked. So, yeah. We just added some tomato paste, by the way. So stuff in. By the way, I recommend buying tomato paste in a glass, not in a can or Tetra Pak, because they put less preservatives in the stuff that's in glass. I don't know what exactly it is, but if you look at the ingredient list, there's always more additives to keep it shelf stable in the stuff that is packaged in something other than glass. And you also taste the difference. Like, if I take a sip, this actually tastes all right. If I take a sip out of the stuff, out of some of those other packages, it always has like a weird flavor. I don't think it's a health concern. It's not. I don't think it matters for health, but it does taste different. So, and if you care about less additives, then it's also worth considering. Noted, boss. Glass bottle. Tomato sticks. Yeah, I read somewhere you're only as good as you can communicate. Knowing so many languages will surely help you. Yeah. That is, like, I'm also pretty good at. I'm not that good at. I believe. Some other people might disagree. But at least when it comes to training, I'm not that original, let's say, but I'm pretty good at getting stuff across to people. Like, for example, a bunch of people try to tell my mom how to do things, and she's lost the weight and got into the shape she wanted in her late 50s that she'd been trying to get there or get back to for over a decade, and within a few months, without even having to feel hungry or do a lot of working out, almost no struggle. And I don't think I did much, but somehow what I did worked so much better than what everyone else tried. And some of my other coaching clients have the same thing. I mean, my dad, he's been doing sports and been working out almost his entire life. And he comes to me for advice. Dad will message me about some training advice on a regular basis. And I haven't studied any of this. I've just read and looked into a lot of stuff. I've read and watched and connected the dots and got my mind behind the concepts. Like, that's kind of the trick, I guess, to not just know how to do, and then of course to do it myself. I've been working out I started working out in 2022, so I'm going on to 4 years working out. Soon it'll be 4 years. I've been working out for I think 3 years and 10 months now, so I've also got some real life experience. I've coached a few people. I've seen quite a few people. Of course, I'm still just starting to get into intermediate, so I'm not an advanced lifter yet, but having a mixture of some practical experience and a lot of theoretical knowledge, it does put you in a pretty good starting position, I would say. But yeah, to be a good coach trainer, more than being good at the sport, you gotta be a good teacher. I guess that comes naturally to you. Maybe. Yeah, and also like another thing where it matters is, or what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't have the best genetics for it. I have some joint issues. I'm not a huge guy. I don't just put slabs of muscles on doing whatever. I have pretty limited recovery ability, so there's only so much working out, so much volume my body can handle. So because I don't have the best base to start on, that also actually helps me to, it helps me from learning how to overcome some struggles out of personal experience. It helps me to be good at teaching someone, because generally you don't want to get someone who's the very best at something to be your teacher. Because if someone is incredibly talented, chances are they can do whatever and get good results, But if you have someone who doesn't have the best genetics and whatnot, who actually has to put in some real work and thought and strategy, and I'm not saying I'm the best at it, I'm not, but who has to really think about what they're doing at least, will probably be a better teacher than someone who's just naturally good at something. Anyway, my food is ready. Any more questions or not? Because I'll try a few bites on camera, but I don't think I need to eat everything or the whole meal on camera. Yeah, having a shared learning experience even with your teacher really helps. Oh yeah. Like for example, with my training now, it took me I'm I'm just now starting to really get to know my own body and how to do things the best. So it can take years to figure things out. So it is really easier for me to help other people. But yeah, it can take a long time. All right, I said I was gonna have some veggies. So let's weigh up 200 grams maybe. Mhm. So this will be meal two. These are defrosted the raw veggies. 22. I'm 22 years old. I mean, I actually do look younger now. I looked older before I got a haircut. Just yesterday I got a haircut. I do want my hair to get longer again though. It doesn't really feel like myself how it looks now. And my girlfriend agrees. So yeah. It is a weird length, my hair. It doesn't really, I don't know, it just hovers on my shoulders one way or another. Hey, I'm growing my hair too. Nice. I think I was 14 when the last time I had like actually short hair. If that. 13 or 14. By the way, I slightly oversalted my food. You're calling it unmanageable hair, okay? Mm. Yeah. Thank you. You too, man. You too. Well, yeah. Have a good day, anyone, everyone. Dundee out. And remember, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Cheers. Peace.